that crowd when I hit that, I think was the loudest I've heard it since like it's been a while. That crowd went pretty insane. I think Moki, that was just. Like I said, that's just what makes you a better competitor. Like you just had, like I've lost that spot so many times where like I just get clutched on game 5 and you're just like, you're one stock away and you're just like, so I know what he's gone through, but on my side I'm like, yep, I've also won those many times, so.
Let's hear it for Mango!
Alright, so Big House is essentially a Melee tournament, but it's a little more important than that. It's I guess the easiest way to put it's a Super Bowl. It's just like the big one, and we have 2 of those. We used to have more, but as time has come on, like everything that's happened to Melee, we're just always down to Genesis, and Big House is like always probably like our most grassroots, like somehow survived and they're still here. So I think if you ask anyone, it's like one of the most important tournaments. Top 2, 1, depending who you ask, but yeah, it's one of our most just history, and it's been going for so long. It's still going, and yeah, it's just iconic at this point. And going to this one, it's kind of interesting just because if you guys don't know, this was like my vacation year because I've pretty much been competing pretty try-hard for, over a decade, over whatever. I've had some breaks here and there, but since like 2000, I think since my son was born, I pretty much have always played Melee with like a month or 2 break. So going to this Big House, I actually did go to the Bootcamp against Zane and Leffen and Cody. First, we got Zane's computer, which runs like absolute shit.
Come on.
60 hertz monitor.
It's not 60.
140, sorry. So yeah, Zane is living in the past. Motherfucker's got Wheel of Fortune. Little kid treasure box. Actually really sells it.
TV. Saves from 2002.
We'll get there.
State of the art.
Here's where I slept. It's not much, but look, that's how in the past this kid is.
When does that happen?
The last time you seen this. And Zane's mom was getting down with Malibu Pilates. I'm sure she'd look lovely at that time. Another TV. There you go, this is the nerd mess.
Yeah.
I like it.
Leffen, for some reason, just leaves his bag
I
open.
just hate when it comes, like,
As you can see, these actually were classic back in the day. Whenever I see one on the sidewalk, I'm always sad. So he's got that. His laptop, which is broken.
Hey, you got the job. We watched Past the Time Machine.
He's like a frugal old man who doesn't want to buy anything new. You are frugal.
that's the real story.
And then pool table. You gotta get Little Zane, because I love Little Zane. Love Little Zane. Little cutie. This motherfucker has a home theater. This is actually probably the coolest room. Look at these chairs. Look at this shit. There's Moni.
I'm on the
He like juggled me for 40 seconds, and then I came down with a downer hit.
I hate it.
11 subs. Play Leffen? Yeah. Otherwise I'm gonna play Cody. You guys are gonna like it.
They might just like that more, dude.
It's true. That's why controllers never work.
I usually don't have it like.
Yeah, you do. Your inputs aren't like transmuting perfectly, so you gotta have a nice straight wire.
I love how you use transmuting. It was a good ledge dash.
I gotta get better at this game, dude. Leffen sees a ledge dash. Oh shit!
Last time I played you was pre-COVID.
And I think without that boot camp, that made me a lot better. That was able to speed up my process, I think. We're going Big House from Zane's house.
How was it?
It was fun. I think I actually got to play a decent amount. I feel actually pretty good for no reason. Just took 8 hours. Because not playing on stream is I didn't care about the stream, so it was just focus on Melee. It was good.
What did you say right before we left too about Melee?
Which part?
You want to play some more?
Oh, I did want to play more. because now I'm good again. Playing when you're bad feels so. It's such a bad feeling when you know you could be better. So I was actually playing pretty well. So just the game was fun again, I guess.
So who we meeting at the airport?
That's the most I've ever hung out with these three individuals: Zane, Cody, Leffen. Then we boot camp. Now we're going to the lounge together. It's getting too chummy, but Zane does have access to the lounge and I don't, so I'll suck it up. I love competing, you know, but hanging out with, like, I've known Leffen for so long, and, like, Zane's my buddy. And Cody, you know, I'm starting to hang out with more because he's starting to get better and stuff. So, like, just hanging out with the boys and, like, playing Melee will always just be a fun time. It's funny because we compete. I don't know how other esports do it. I imagine you're not, like we went to go get chicken and, you know, had a few beers. I imagine, you know, other esports probably aren't, like, that tight-knit with their competition. Because I assume in other esports, you're probably hanging out with your team. I can't imagine the teams are all mingling. So for us, it's a little different, and it's kind of cool because we're buddies. But, you know, once we're playing, it's like, you know, fuck you kind of thing. I'm a professional. Look at this. This is it. So yeah, the boot camp helped me a lot because I was not good at the start of the boot camp, and then by the end of the boot camp, I was feeling myself. I was beating Zane, beating Cody. I'm like, I said, Mr. Big House is back. What did Zane say? He's like, I want to be Mr. Big House, something like that. I think I was there for a total of one night, one whole day, and like half a day, I think was the time frame. Yeah, then, you know, it was fun. Played some Melee, drank some beers. Yeah, we got to Big House, and then that was that. So before my pool started, I usually like to warm up. But I had messaged Zane, and he had a TV. It was in Moki's room. Do you have one set up or two?
I've got one.
Played with Moki, played with Zane. Just to get a little warm up in before my games.
Mr. Big House.
I am Mr. Big House. I refuse to, unless like I'm hosting. I'm not hosting, so the way a super major works and what like qualifies a super major, I to this day don't know the exact definition because it always changes, which is a little annoying. But I think at least for me, I think it has to have a certain amount of entrants, and anyone can enter. Like if you're watching this, you can just show up and you play until you lose 2 sets, and the second you lose 2 sets, you're out. That's your placement. And that's just kind of how it works. It's an open bracket, which I think is pretty unique in the esports world. I think most stuff is like qualifying and blah, blah, blah. So we're a little bit old school where like anyone can show up. And I think for it to be a true super major, it's like a certain amount of entrants. And I think you have to have like 7 or 8 of the current top 10 players in attendance. And that's what makes it a super. I think we had everybody except Leffen ended up dropping out. Pup was there, Wizzy's there, I was there. I think we had everybody actually, minus the Leffen dropout. Axe was gonna drop out, he didn't. Yeah, that's why I think this, you know, it was our first stacked event because, you know, Leffen's been kind of here and there, Plup's been here and there. I've just been doing my thing. So it was like our first real stacked event, I think, in a long time.
Is it fun?
Look at Zane's shitty shoes. I think he's had these for like 10 years.
Why are they shitty?
Because you got a new look, bro. Look at this. Why is there so many laces?
Why are you kicking them around? Knock it off. Loki, tell him.
Not my fucking shoes. I would never kick Mogi shoes. It's fucked up. Well, it's Friday. My pool starts at 6. I think it's going to be 6 in like 10 minutes. And yeah, we're going to walk over, hopefully play, easy money, and then get out, eat some dinner, play a little bit, go to sleep. Easy day. Just feels weird that it's Friday. We get there, so our pool's at 6, so we got to look around for the little sticks that have the pool numbers on it. Then I got to find my pool, and then you got to find who's running it, which is kind of funny. It feels a little caveman in a way, you know. And then especially with me, as I'm trying to do this, I'm with all the people who like want to take pictures and stuff, which I don't mind. But it's, I imagine from like if you showed like some other esports player like who played another game, they would just be like, "What is going on?" Like I'm just in the jungle with everybody. Like while I'm trying to play my tournament matches that are very important, I also got to like sign pictures and stuff and blah blah blah. So I'm pretty sure to us it's normal. But I'm pretty sure if you looked at it, like it's probably kind of bizarre to see because I'm also just trying to win my matches while balancing that. But usually the first round, you know, is a pretty cakewalk unless something goes horribly wrong. And those are usually the people who I think are there just to spectate and like have fun. So it's just kind of like, you know, handling business, I guess.
So, hang on a minute. What do you got to say?
It's Mr. Big House in the building. Let your friends know. So we had to, in the first round, you play 2 out of 3, which is just the first one to win 2 games. We actually just started toward the next round, especially at a super major. By then, you're playing some pretty good matches. We, as a community, decided we're just gonna make it 3 out of 5, which like isn't good for upsets, but it does determine like who's probably just the better player in the set at least. 2 out of 3 is a little janky, can lead to like there's like no room for error in 2 out of 3. And a 3 out of 5, like if you win, you probably were the better player. Like 2 out of 3, you can probably cheese your way, but in a 3 out of 5. You're probably not going to do that, so we as a community decided to like make 3 out of 5 happen sooner so that we can get better sets. So the second wave, and for the rest of the tournament, was going to be 3 out of 5. And then I had to play Curve, and he took me to game 5. It was a bit of a nail biter. Kind of threw the FD game. He was kind of SDing a bunch and kind of throwing it away. I was like, wasn't really playing like fantastic. I was kind of playing lazy. But the thing about 3 out of 5 is I know. Like, even when I was down and I was like, game 5, in my head, I was just like, he's not ready to beat me in a game 5. And then, like, first stock, I think he SD'd or I zeroed deft him or something. And then I remember, in my head, I'm like, yeah, like for me to just close that set out, for him to have to overcome, like, being the underdog and winning, I just knew of so much experience where I'm like, I'm probably good. And if, like, I can feel him turning it on, like, the Jets, I would have to do it. But after I got that stock, I remember thinking, like, I just got to tap it in, like, he's going to have to go crazy to beat me. So he kind of pushed me to, you know, the game 5. And then I was able to close that out, thankfully. To start off top 64, I had to play Ben, who's a Sheik player from, like, Minnesota or something. He's pretty good. I kind of ran him over. I think he felt like he might have been nervous or just wasn't playing well because I was just kind of hitting him. And he was kind of just, like, kind of starting to throw out Hail Marys. And usually when I get that vibe, I'm just, like, it's kind of like a tap-it-in angle. I just got to, like, not be stupid, and I can usually just win. And I was able to win that pretty convincingly. I think that was the first time I ever played him, too. So maybe, I don't know. Because I've seen him play, and, like, I don't know, against me, I feel like he was just slow and maybe just not playing his best that day. So at this point, like, you have, like, really good matches going on, and then the crowd's, like, this is where, like, the super grassroots part probably looks like you just got, like, 40 people, like, around one TV, and, like, you can't even see. Like, I'm playing here, and, like, I don't think anyone cared about my set, because I think Cody was fighting for his life, just, you know, a few feet away. So after I played Ben, I had to play Aklo, and then I think from here on out, all my sets were going to be on stream, which is a little more what I'm used to. And he beat me first game. He shined me. If you don't know what shine is, it's just like a gimp where I died way earlier than I should. And he got 2 of those like off the bat. And normally I would like give up, but I was like, I brought it back to last stock, and then I was like, no, I can win this. Like, the thing about 3 out of 5 is if you lose one game, you're fine. That's the beauty. Whereas like in a 2 out of 3, if I lose that game 1, I'm sweating. I'm like, all right, that was my throwaway. If I lose game 1, I'm like, that's fine. Game 2, I think, was the 4 stock that happened in like 50 seconds, and everywhere I looked on Twitter that day, it was trending. Everyone was going crazy. And then after that, I knew it was done. I'm like, you can't come back from that.
Opponents playing this good.
Oh my goodness!
For the highlight reel, I think we're going to be seeing that combo for years. Right now, all one great laser play from Mango.
And also that wave dash was fast, it was long, and it was...
Yeah, they really traded. Mango's pretty much ready for it. And that side B is going to get down smashed. I think this might be the end. There it is, Aklo.
He's getting better. He's been able to take games off me consistently. He should be scary coming up next year. We'll see. So we were supposed to be done, and then we were going to play tomorrow and then make top 8. But then they tell me after that I had to play none, and that was to get into top 8. And I didn't really mind because I wasn't that tired, and Falcon's a good matchup for me. So I was like, okay, I went Fox into Falcon. I can use Falco. But I felt bad for like Zane, who had to play Amsa. So like, if I had to play like Amsa or H-Box or one of the weird matchups, and I think I'm done for the day, and then they tell me I have to play, so I got lucky in that part. And then I was, I beat None. None beat me the first game. I think I was just losing game 1 to everybody and then going turbo. I think that was kind of the theme of the day. Yeah, then I made top 8 kind of pretty easily. I think I only lost 2 games and then 2 games to Curve, funny enough. And then the thing about that day, Saturday, was upset after upset after. Saturday was crazy. And then Mango, of all people, was just strolling by. So it's kind of funny looking back on it that I was like, I think me and Plup just kind of cakewalked it in. And then everyone else was on the struggle train. Yeah, we were really rooting for Kalindi because that's just my guy, and he plays Fox Falco like me, and we talk about Fox Falco when we can. So I was rooting for him, and then he hit the forward smash that hit Aklo the wrong way, and Aklo ended up living and clutching for that. And I remember just being like, everyone in the building just collectively felt that forward, like, because everyone was rooting for Kalindi because he's like the hometown guy, and everyone just generally really likes Kalindi. So he didn't make it, and then in the end, J-Mook got knocked out by Zane, so it was Zane versus Aklo on this side. And the other side was H-Box versus Cody, who had made a crazy run. So it was Pup, Amsa, me, Moki, H-Box, Cody, Zane, Aklo was the top 8. So first match is I had to play Moki, Big Moke. Love Moki, he's a cool guy. And we've played, I think, 3 times this year. And it's funny, this whole year, the only person I've cared about beating is Moki. I don't care about, I've lost, and the only reason Moki is because he made a list, just like some players I want to beat by the end of the year. It was like me, Zane, J-Mook. And funny enough, that was my only motivation. So every time I play Moki, he was like the only one where I'm like, I can't lose to Moki. Just going in, I think I win game 1. I think we just kind of took turns messing each other up from what I remember. You fast forward, it's just like a crazy set, like crowd's into it. It's game 5. There was a moment where I down smash on the edge and he tries to grab me, but he runs, does a double forward air off, and I let him back on. And people were like, everyone has their theories, but really the only reason I did it is because I blatantly I should have been dead. So, and then he messed up. So we both messed up, and the way I saw it was like, it's fine. Like, we just reset. Because I know in my heart, I'm dead in that spot 99.99% of the times. And then he just did the one mess up, and then I was like, nah, we can just... because I know, I know the game. I'm like, I messed up so bad. So, I let him back. And then ends up going last stock after he shines me. And then, last stock's happening. We're squabbing. I get to open up. And I hit a pretty nuts 0 to death. Looking back on it, it wasn't anything insane. It was just, I kind of read his DI 4 or 5 times.
Okay, drilled in
Mango rolling back this time, and he gets the shot.
Big opening. Oh, goes right in. Oh, it keeps going. It doesn't end. Shine on
No
me.
way.
And Mango takes it! One shine opening is all it takes for the kids!
Mango Club winners final.
That crowd, when I hit that, I think was the loudest I've heard it since, it's been a while. That crowd went pretty insane. I think Moki, that was just... like I said, that's just what makes you a better competitor. You just I've lost that spot so many times where, I just get clutched on game 5, and you're just you're one stock away, and you're just so, I know what he's going through, but on my side, I'm like, yep, I've also won those many times, I think just any 0 to death in a game 5 at, a Super Bowl, one of our big events, is just going to be hype. Even if it's, the most bread and butter combo you can think of. And then I had to play Plub. I remember game 1, I was playing beautifully, and I was, off the top of my head, I feel like I was just outplaying him and like playing really well. And then it was last stock, I like slightly overextended. He hit like some crazy offstage needles. I ended up under the level, and I died. And like normally that wouldn't affect me, but like since I'm not like in super, top shape, kind of took me out of it. Like it was a clean hit to the jaw, and I was just like, oof. And I was just like, I just couldn't bounce back after that. When you lose in winners finals, you go straight to losers finals, which means you guaranteed top 3 essentially. And I was waiting for Cody and Zane to play, who was pretty much our 2 #1 contenders this year. And I was just kind of waiting. And I was going to play Falco for either of them. I did think Zane was going to win, based off what I was seeing. And looking back off the top of my head, I think Zane should have won. He's also lost an FD game. And FD is like a super hard counter pick for Zane. So like, I remember Zane, I think if you ask Zane, he'll probably tell you that he should have won. So I thought I was going to play Zane. I ended up having to play Cody, who was like on a crazy losers run. Usually I beat Cody. Not this year. I think we ended up 1-4 or something. But like last year, I destroyed Cody. But that's when I was like super top. And I always say when you're coming back and you're not like super like best version of yourself, Fox is like the hardest character to play against because he's just so good, fast, has every option, blah, blah, blah. So I had to play Cody, and I think the same thing happened when it was game 1. I went for like a suicide dare, and I just missed it. And then that would have put me up 2-1. Instead, it was 2-2. And then I barely lost game 1. Like, that's such a crucial mistake. And then it was the same thing as Plup, where I think mentally it just kind of took me out. I was able to barely win game 2. Game 3, I got kind of destroyed. And then game 4, off the top of my head, I just remember like I missed one little edge guard, and then I lost that stock, and then it was last stock. Then I got hit by some corny get-up attack, and then I just kind of died. Both sets were very similar to me, where like I kind of threw game 1, and then I didn't have the mental fortitude to like bring it back. So I wasn't gonna be mad when I lost, because like I didn't really practice as hard as I should have, because it's like my off year, and I think like getting mad at your results when you're not putting the time in is like stupid. So I was just like, the competitor in me is like I want to be mad, but it's also like, bro, like Cody just wanted it more than me. Like, it's just how it goes sometimes. But it motivated me because it was like, man, if I was just cleaner and like more, if I was like normal Mango, I win this tournament. Like, I think I win it pretty easily. Like, I'm like, these games are close and I suck right now. And I'm like, and it kind of motivated me for next year, where I'm like, I'm just like, all right, well, that's what it's gonna take. Like I could do this. Like, and not that it'll be easy, but I'm just like back in my head, like if I'm playing hot, like I'm running this. So it actually in a way motivated me for next year, just knowing that it's just there. I just gotta put the work in. I think this year was like for the long term of my career, Melee career, which hopefully I still have a few years left. I think this year was the play, and I feel good, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the year. And then next year we go again and we try to be #1. Oh, watch the podcast. That's my actual last show. Thank you.